Hello everyone, Tina here. I'm back again with another 5 easy step card. Today we're going to make an Easter card or a spring card with a cute little bunny and some Easter eggs. We're using some items from Simon Says Stamp. This is part of their Beautiful Moments release, and I just fell in love with this little bunny that has the little basket. So we're going to be using the basket bunny. We're going to be using some stitched nested eggs, and then we are also going to be using an embossing folder called Leaf Spin. I thought this was really pretty the way they're kind of swirled. We're going to jump in with step number 1 and create our focal point, which is this cute little bunny. This die set is 3 pieces, and we're going to die cut. I'm going to bring in my Scout here, and we're just going to die cut all at once. I have white cardstock that we're going to use to cut out the bunny. He's very easy to put together. And then I have pink cardstock to go behind the bunny's ears and his nose. And then I have some Nina craft cardstock for the little Easter basket here. We're going to run these through. I have brand new plates, so they're nice and pretty for you guys. You're probably wondering why I tape my my plates together. But I do. I play just because to me they stay flatter when I use washi tape, and I tape them down so they're all one piece. Now I don't really emboss with my Scout. I just bring it to my Platinum 6 when I emboss, so that's why I tape them together. Okay. So we have. You guys ever do that? Drop your dies to get your die cut out rather than using a pokey tool. I do that a lot. But this is our bunny. Okay, I'm going to bring in my glue, and we're going to go ahead and add glue. So I'm just going to go behind the little face and the ears. Okay, and this will also cover the eyes. So just to make it really quick, I'm bringing in a Copic marker. This is C7. I didn't want to go black. There's debossed area on here, so you know where the eyes are, and all I do is go over those eyes with my black or my dark gray Copic marker. I'm going to make a darker nose too, so I'm bringing in my R81. I'm going to go over the nose. And then all we do is take this piece, layer it over this piece, and you can't get quicker than that, and he is just adorable. So cute. I'm actually going to add a dot of glue, and we're going to attach the little basket to the arm of our bunny here. I have a pen that this is actually a black gel pen. It's fine lined, and I'm going to add some eyelashes to my bunny. Just adds a little whimsical feeling. And then I'm also going to bring in another Copic marker. This is my RV000, and we're going to rosy up this little guy's cheeks. Or girl, I should say. I keep calling it a guy, but if I'm adding eyelashes, I guess it's a cute little girl bunny. So there is my bunny. Okay, that's my focal point. I will put some foam squares behind here, and now we're going to move along to step number 2 and create our home panel. My home panel is going to be with our stitched nested egg die set. I thought we'd go for some nice spring colors. So I have a yellow, a blue, and a orange. Let me tell you where these are from. The yellow is Simon's Lemon Chiffon. And then I have, the blue is Sea Glass from Simon. And then I also have Spellbinder's Bellini. So these 3 colors are what we're going to use for the eggs. Okay, I'll die cut out the largest egg that I want with the 3rd from the largest die here. We're going to die cut out this egg. I'm going to put this back. I'm going to also die cut out the next size under this size. And we'll cut this out with Bellini. And then, I like the stitch detail on here. And then for my third egg, of course we're going to use the blue cardstock. Okay. And we will just run this through. Without things flying all over the place. I have some Simon inks. We're going to start off with honey. And this is going to be in the very back, so I'm going to add ink on this side, just a little bit. So we'll pick up a little bit of ink here. Just add a little color. For my middle egg, we're going to go ahead and use Simon Says Stamp salmon ink. It's actually what we're going to have for dinner. Some salmon. Okay, and we're going to go, ooh, that was a little bit dark, but that's okay. Add a little bit of ink here. Lovely. And then we'll take our third and the smallest egg, and I'm going to use my marine ink. We'll add a little color here. Wonderful. Now, I'm also going to bring in some splatter. I'm going to use my Simon Says Stamp splatter. I'm going to use my silicone brush. This is from Spellbinders, and it has a spatula end. I'm just going to stir it up with the spatula. Okay, and then I was going to bring in my splatter box, but I think I'm just going to go directly on my glass mat. And I'm just going to dip my paintbrush and add some white splatters here. It's kind of big. Lovely. I'm going to clean off my spatula and my brush really quickly, and I'm going to use my heat gun to dry this. Now my splatters are nice and dry. There were some spots, like this one was really thick, so it kind of blistered a little bit, but it just adds texture. I don't mind it. Okay, we're going to layer all three of these together, just using a little bit of glue. And that is, now that's going to be my home panel. Okay, we'll put this with our little bunny, and now we're going to move on to step number 3, and we're going to create our sentiment. For my sentiment today, we're going to be using some Simon Says Stamp Easy Strips. These are Easter Easy Strips, and then I'm going to trim out, I already trimmed out some of these with the Easy Strip banners, okay, but I'm going to take one and I'm going to trim out one of these just with my paper trimmer because I want some really skinny strips. And then I'm going to take some cardstock and I'm going to cut out some banners like here. So I have some, I'm going to have some chiffon banners, or maybe we should go a little bit lighter. I said chiffon. This is actually Bellini. Okay, but I am going to cut out some chiffon strips, and then I'm also going to cut out some of my seaside. I will run these through. So I have different, maybe the smaller ones too. Several strips that are banners. You don't have to have this die to do this. All you'd have to do is fishtail about 1/4 of an inch strip of cardstock in these two colors. Okay, and then again, I'm going to trim out, how about Happy Easter and Enjoy the Day. Now all I'm going to do is layer, add some glue, and then I'm going to layer the white Easy Strip over the banner, just so a little bit of that color is peeking out. Let's see, I want a little bit of that blue showing. So these are pretty thin greetings. For the Happy Easter, I'm going to use my scissors and I'm going to shorten this fishtail just a little bit so it coordinates with my greeting a little bit better. Okay, so we have a little bit of a border, and I could save these for a rainy day. Okay, so now we have our greeting. It has a little bit of color behind it. We'll put these to the side, and now we're going to work on our background. For my background, that's where our Leaf Spin Embossing Folder comes in. It is a really pretty embossing folder. And I'm just going to use some white cardstock. We're going to emboss a white panel. And that will be my background. Pretty quick and easy step 4. But I like the soft colors that it's going to bring, so I just wanted something subtle in my background. I went ahead and adhered it to the front of my card base. So now all we have to do is add all of our layers together. I'm going to use a tape runner to attach my eggs here. And we're going to glue them directly over that embossed panel, just so we have a little bit of those vines peeking out. We'll tack this down. Lovely. And then we can go ahead and add our cute little bunny. And I'm going to go ahead and add some foam strips behind my greeting, and we're going to add my greeting up here. Let's see. Okay, now we're going to move on to step number 5, which means it's time to embellish. Now I want to do something special with this card because we have this open area down here. So I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer. Okay, and then I have the same colors of cardstock as the egg here. Okay, I'm going to trim some very thin strips. I'm going to mix them up really good, but I think that looks so neat. Against the white, it's hard to tell, but there we go. Some thin strips, and I did do some white, and then I'm going to crinkle them up. We're going to make some Easter grass. I just think this is so fun, and I think it looks amazing on a card because it does look like Easter grass. There we go. And now I'm going to bring in some twine. The twine that I'm using is from Simon, and it's the iridescent one. It's the iridescent white cord. And I'm going to tie a bow with this around the center of the twine here. Okay, now I'm going to bring in some glue dots. We're going to actually, there's my bow. It's hard to see, but it's there. I'm going to bring in some glue dots, and we're going to add some glue dots behind this grass. And then I want to take my little Easter grass and add it underneath my bunny here. I love that little iridescent tone to it. And then I'm going to do a little trimming. Lovely. And lastly, I'm going to bring in my Starbright embellishment mix. These are really heavy cupped sequins that I just love. I'm going to add a little bit of sparkle to my background. These two are great together. And that will finish off my card today. Some fun little Easter grass, not too bulky. Fun little Easter card in 5 easy steps. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.